Yeah, hi Ranjana, how are you?
Hi, Durga. I'm fine. How are you? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. Before we walk into the interview, can you walk me through your CV, like what exactly you do in your day-to-day operations?
Yes. Basically, I work for AML KYC, which is a SAR filing end to end. So my first company was Accenture, wherein we used to deal with KYC, basic KYC, that is onboarding, companies or the merchants. Basic document verification was there. That was the work in Accenture. And after that, in Concentrix, we used to work for transaction monitoring, wherein our client was Revolut. We used to analyze, investigate, and review the AML tickets which were alerted for the particular alert. We used to check all the transaction history, everything. We used to even do the KYC checks there, basic KYC. Like once it is done, we have to deep investigate on the transaction part, like when, how, and at what time, and how much amount the customer or the merchant is transacting, uh, on which the alert has been raised. That was a thing. And even we had done merchant onboarding there in Concentrix, wherein we used to ask the merchant or the customers the relevant document regarding his business or her business. In case the merchant is providing so, we used to just pass on the tickets, or we used to just accept the tickets based on the risk levels. If not, the merchant is not providing any documents related to the business or his company details or something. We used to just hold the account, and we used to just ask the customer for the relevant documents. The step would be called as RFI, a reference for more documents. So that was there. And the tools which we have used in Concentrix was Zendesk, SAR portal. Even SAR filing is done in Concentrix. So Prado, Hummingbird, Salesforce, Slack, and Adverse Media, LexisNexis, Optimize. And we used to use these tools there. Coming to WNS, Durga, we majorly focus on SAR filing there, which is end-to-end process, wherein we used to get a ticket or the merchant's new business onboarding tickets, we would say. If a person or a merchant opens his or her bank account with us, we used to get alerted on that. We used to check everything: is business, is type of business, risk level of business, and where he's operating his business, and how many transactions he has done in last 6 months, 3 months. Everything we used to analyze the transactions. We used to create a pivot table there. Based on that, we used to file the case. If the For example, if the customer is into, say, for example, sale of counterfeit goods, we used to the major thing is sale of counterfeit goods, in the sense sale of the same copy of products which are branded for lower prices. That is a sale of counterfeit good. So if we found that kind of activity in his or her business, we used to just report the account, filing a draft that will be submitted to the higher authorities, that is fin crime. We used to have a narrated draft for it, which is already drafted. That narration we used to use and make little alterations, placing or replacing customer details on that. Uh, yeah, if the case is not suspicious, if everything goes good, we would just clear all the stages of investigation and then move forward with the account. That is what we used to do with WNS. And yeah, if anything like the submitted alert or the ticket which we get back saying we have like done minor or major errors, that would be remarked as errors for us. So that is how it worked in WNS, Concentrix, and then Accenture, Durga.
Yeah, okay, got it. And
Hmm.
I've seen like it's been almost you have close to 3 to 4 years of experience,
Yes, yes.
and now you're working in the third company, and you joined like last Feb. It is
Hmm.
not even a year. Like, what was the reason for your like job change?
Job change actually, the company which I was into, that is WNS. So previously, while joining, they told me that you will be selected, like you will be moving to transaction monitoring role. That is work from home. That was totally work from home. They told me in the after the interview only, they told me that you will be going for so and so project. Everything they told me. Like once the onboarding is done, has been done. So these people, they stopped hiring for the TM process and they moved me to this AML, transaction monitoring KYC thing. So that was a case there. First of all, I didn't wanted that change because I was experienced in transaction monitoring only. I wanted that role only particularly, but then later, that was the thing. You can neither take it nor you leave it. That was the situation then there for me. So at that point of time, I had to take it, however. So I took it. I learned AML is kind of a vast process. I learned it. No issues with the thing and all. But the management was not good there, Durga. To be frank, management was not good there. OTs were not provided. Extended work was there. Late logins were there. We used to log in at 6 o'clock and then we used to log out somewhere around 5:36 in the evening. So that was the case, which is
Yeah.
not right, I feel. So that was one more hectic thing. Then, yeah, um, majorly that was the issue. And then the TM process, they were like closing it down. They were like winding it down. And even the manager only told me that you better search anywhere out so that you will be not in a hurry or in a tough situation. He suggested me, so I just served
Okay.
my notice period there, and then I came out of the company. And lately, I was married also, so it's been 2-3 months I had been married. So that was also another point. I wanted a break and then continue with my career.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. And since you mentioned you have been raising RFIs to the customer,
Mm-hmm.
may I ask what is the RFI stands for?
Reference for further investigation or reference for further documents, I would say.
Okay. Okay. What do you mean by you might have known about the stages of money laundering, right?
Money laundering, yes.
Stages of money laundering. So can you brief me about it? What are the three stages of money laundering?
Money laundering comes in three parts. That is placement, integration, and then integration, placement, and then one more is there. I don't remember. I'm so sorry.
Okay. 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 Is it? It's actually
Placement, layering,
placement.
and integration. Yeah, placement. I
Yeah.
remember placement, integration, and layering. Placement. It is placing the like. I mean, black money. That is black money, basically the illegal money. Placing that into financial institutions. Layering is moving money between accounts to accounts in different methods, like different transaction methods we would use. And integration is basically investing that illegal money in buying some properties, mutual funds, luxury assets, etc. So that is how the money laundering thing is classified.
Can you give me the common typologies which you come across?
In money laundering.
Yeah, the process which you are doing in transaction monitoring in all your experience, you might have come
Okay.
across the typologies, right?
Yes, 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 yes. One is top ups. Top up must be one thing. Card caching, hit and run fraud, SEPA debit fraud, drop shipping activity, sale of counterfeit, terrorist financing, child sexual abuse kind of typology. That was a one. And high risk fraud, payments from, what you can say, sanctioned countries,
Okay.
transaction laundering, self payments, account takeovers.
Okay. You might have known some rules or features like how the alerts get triggered. Can you name any one or two? Then how the alerts get triggered on what basis?
Okay. Hmm. Certain transactions have certain limits, I can say. If that exceeds, we'll get an alert on that. Say for example, part time transactions, that is night 1:30, after 12 a.m., like around 12 o'clock, like around 1:30, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. That is a odd timing. If a customer do transaction continuously on that timings, that would be suspicious only, obviously. So at that point of time, the alert get triggers. That is a one scenario. And then logging from one country, is the business is in another country, is logins are from another country, is transactions are being done from another country. That is one scenario. We can't link each other. That would be another scenario. That is also there. That is a red flag, basically.
Okay.
We can't predict what he is doing exactly where, from where he is doing, what kind of business he is doing. We can't able to identify the business, nor his logins, nor his transactions. So that kind of alert is also it would be automatically triggered by the, by the system. It would be captured.
In
Yeah.
this case, what would the action you take if the person is from US and logins are from, say, for example, UK or maybe UAE? So there
Yes.
might be chances he might be traveling for a tourist or purpose or a business purpose. Like, what action would you do in this case?
Okay. You told, like, for example, he's logging from US and his business is from UK. The suppose think it is like this. Okay. Oh. So the thing is, he owns a travel business. Say, for example, if he is owning a travel business or hotel accommodation business, that would be fine for it, because travel we can't predict only from one place the transaction should be done. It can be any other place. He might be having this agencies kind of thing anywhere linked. So transactions might be happening anywhere. We can't predict at one place only, no? So that might be the scenario there. That might be the possibility also. So it is acceptable at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you know about CTR, currency transaction report, and like when do you file about it? You have heard about it?
A CTR, I think I have heard less about it, because we only deal with we never deal with CTR. We only deal with SAR, suspicious activity report. So yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Then SAR report. To whom do you file SAR report?
Fincrime authorities. We report for Fincrime authorities. Like, it depends on the countries. Like, basically, we work for EMEA region, wherein this UK, US, not US. Apart from US, we deal with other countries. Like, it is Great Britain, Switzerland, and GNAC.
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard about anything like FIU,
Financial Investigation Unit.
Financial Intelligence Unit? So we
Yeah.
file SAR reports
For
to FIU.
in few companies it is investigation unit, and in few it is different,
Yeah,
as
it
per
is
my
not okay.
knowledge.
Yeah, yeah, but it's not actually the internal department. It is also a body, a regulatory body where all the SAR reports will be filed to FIU,
Yeah,
Financial
yeah, that is
Intelligence Unit.
Fincrime, right? Yes, 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 got it. Yeah.
Okay, and okay, you may heard about anything about FA?
FATF, that is related to this sanctions, no?
No.
That is related to sanctions. FATF, I think, financial transaction, financial authority transaction. No,
Okay, okay. Leave about it. And you mentioned in your resume that you've been identifying something like structuring and all. So, what do you mean by structuring?
structuring,
Yeah, like can you give
structuring
an
of
example?
funds, structuring of funds. Okay. So, structuring of funds, say, for example, in the transaction, when a customer do a transaction, the amount will be in a structured pattern. For example, uh, if he is selling any item for uh, 599 or 699, that 99 would be same, that structure. He follows a certain structure. Maybe in genuine business also, in the fraud business also, he follows that kind of structure. Maybe that is called a structuring part, structuring in the transactions.
Any idea about smurfing technique?
Smurfing is kind of sending fake email
Um,
alerts,
okay, that is called skimming actually. Okay.
skimming.
Mm, and anything idea you okay? Tell me about PEPs. What do you know about PEPs and types of PEPs you have? Because you mentioned that you are working for high risk clients, including PEPs. So tell me about it, PEPs.
Okay. So PEP is basically politically exposed persons. Uh, it might be PEPs might be like high level. It comes under high level risk basically. So this in this type of risk level, the account should be investigated 3 year once or 4 year once. That is a basic rule here. In PEP, we have high profiles like lawyers, doctors, and then accountants, politically exposed persons, businessmen, like high, I mean, what do you say? Businessmen's, which where the turnover is more than 1 crore or some 2 crores or something. And these would be classified under PEPs basically. We do very deep investigation on these profiles, actually know their kind of business which they are doing and which they are involved in. So, yeah, that is PEP, according to me.
Any idea about types of PEPs?
Types of PEPs?
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
yeah. Heard about blacklist, grey list countries?
Blacklisted countries.
Yeah,
Blacklisted countries, yeah, in transactions, whenever
mm,
we do a transaction check, no,
yeah.
there we have something called blacklisted cards. The transaction is done from blacklisted cards. Maybe the blacklisted cards is something which where the transaction is prohibited, nor it is not allowed. Gray listed is something where the transactions is allowed only to some extent, not fully.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. What do you know about risk appetite?
A risk appetite, I mean level of risk.
Tell me anything. What do you about risk appetite? What is your understanding about risk appetite? When they say risk appetite, what does it mean? Anything that comes into your mind? Yes, yes, yeah,
I'm so sorry, I was on mute. I
yeah,
was
yeah,
speaking from that time. I'm so sorry.
yeah. Okay,
Say for example, you told risk appetite. Risk appetite can be classified into three levels, that is low risk, medium risk, and high risk. In the low risk businesses, we don't have much risk factor, wherein it includes small scale industries like pottery, kind of auto garage or automobile shops, and tiny shops that comes under low risk businesses. That is totally completely okay if the person is starting the business into that. That is absolutely okay. No no wrong in that. And then medium risk, it is for engineers, electricians, plumbers, and this comes under medium risk, wherein they can provide the document, nor it is not necessary. This business is like okay, it is justifiable. In that cases, we don't need any documents. Coming to high risk parts, as I told, PEP mostly they comes under high risk category, because these include accountants, lawyers, doctors, and then business high level business persons, which where the turnover is more than 1 crore or 2 crore. In this risk category, any of the document is required for the validation, I would say.
okay. What do you know about KYC? You have worked in KYC or like how? Because I've seen you mentioned in the
Yeah, I have worked for KYC. Know your customer. Yes, I have worked for it.
Okay, tell me about it. Like what exactly you did in your KYC role?
Okay. Uh, so the first thing is, whenever we get an alert or 1 second, Durga. Yes, hello.
Yeah.
KYC is nothing but know your customer, wherein the process includes identification and verification of client details. Why it is required in the sense to identify any money laundering activities or terrorist financing or fraud related activities.
Okay, but in your work, what exactly you did in KYC? Like you were part of onboarding or remediation?
Yeah. So in KYC, our basic our basic work was to review the customer account properly from A to Z, like his date of birth, place of birth, his photo, his phone number, his type of business, and where he is from, and then for what it is been triggered. We used to do periodic checks also based on the KYC. We would do periodic checks also. So once we get an account, or once the client has requested for the onboarding, we just see his document and we would just verify the document through Prado. Prado is a app wherein we get all the documents, related documents, genuine documents related to specified, particular countries, wherein all documents will be there. We'll just cross check with it. If the document is genuine, we'll just proceed with it. Proceed with it. That is how we do KYC checks here. So even coming for business part also, we would just check whether the business is falling under low risk, medium risk, or high risk.
Have you
Yeah.
done KYC for any entities?
KYC for any entities? Yes, I have done for Revolut.
No, no. I mean for entity customers. For example, private limited customers. Now you have told which you have told is for individual customers.
Huh.
Have you done KYC for any entity customers?
Entity customers, yes. If the customer is is starting his business for any private limited company, we
Okay.
have came across such clients also, where we have done the periodic checks for the entities also. We
Okay.
have done it. Yeah.
Okay. What do you check in entity? Like, what are the parties you will be checking? Like, what
Okay.
documents you collect?
Okay. Uh, the registered address of the business will check the company's full name, registered number, and date when it is been commenced we check, and the nature of business we check. Complete ownership of the business will check. List of the directors or the managers will check. And then financial data related, like assets of the company and liabilities of the company will check. And tax related information also we do check for the company, like private.
Okay. Do you check shareholders also?
Yeah, we'll check shareholders also. Sorry.
Any percentage criteria you have to check the
Person,
share?
no,
All the
person,
shareholders you will check.
percentage criteria and all so deep we won't check. We just check the shareholders part, whether the person is holding 100% or 50% of the present company. We'll check.
But if someone is holding, say, for suppose 5%, you will
No,
also take them into consideration.
no. If it is 5%, it can't be considered because we have certain criteria. If the person is having more than 50% of the company shares only, we would consider. If he is having less company shares, or say for example 2%, 5%, that won't be considered in our case. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you know about these four pillars of KYC or any client identification policy or client acceptance policy? You have any idea about it?
Pillar of KYC. That is, I think I am right now. First is onboarding. Second
Mhm.
is periodic reviews. Third is triggered events. Fourth is transaction monitoring. Fifth is SAR.
Okay. And what do you know about? You have mentioned that we categorize the risk, low risk, medium risk,
Yeah.
and high risk, right?
Mm.
So, on what factors we categorize this?
Okay. So based on the business, we categorize it.
Only on business?
Based on the business also, and the type of business. And
Mhm.
we have for every company we have a code which are called MCC codes for the
Mhm.
particular type of business. Low, say for example, for low risk businesses, we have certain codes which comes under low risk only. That type of, yeah, the regarding, I mean, based on that we can classify the risks here: low risk, medium risk, and high risk.
And
Yeah.
it looks like you worked for all fintech companies. Have you worked for any bank or correspondent bank or any IB?
Like domestic banks you're asking?
No, no, banks, because you
Revolut
mentioned
Bank. Revolut is a bank. Stripe is a bank. Standard
no.
Chartered is a bank I have worked
Okay.
for. Yeah.
Revolt, Stripe, and all like they are not banks. They are like financial tech company. They provide payment gateway platforms.
No, yeah, they do provide a payment gateways also, and they are banks in UK. Revolut is a bank in UK, and Stripe is a bank in. It is a payment gateway, and even it is a bank also. As I told you, customers can open their account for the business purposes there.
Thank you, Ranjana. Do you have any questions for me?
Um, I don't have any questions, Durga, but then I'll feel happy if you give any feedback on my interview or how it is.
When it comes to feedback, I might say there are a lot of areas you have to improve.
Okay.
When to be very frank, your like fundamentals are not strong. I mean,
Okay. Basics.
you are confident, but the content you are delivering, the information you have is not content. Okay,
Okay.
because when we are working for transaction monitoring, we are supposed to know once we file a SAR report where it goes. From there, how it reaches to regulatories, what action can be done. So I've asked you like a couple of basic like FIU, Financial Intelligence Unit. You might be confused with the financial like intelligence
Investigation unit.
department
Yeah.
which you have in internally, but FIU is like that is one.
Okay.
Wherever you go across the world, you might have heard about Egmont Group 100 case studies.
Igmart group.
Okay, okay, I'll tell you about it. Egmont is a group where all the FIUs of countries they meet at a place called Egmont, so they formed it a group called Egmont Group. So all
Igmart.
the
Spell
Egmont,
it, no?
UGMONT.
EUG.
I think it is easy. I think I'll send you it. I'll send you after the interview link the case
Okay,
studies
okay.
and all.
Okay, okay.
Because
Fine, fine.
because what happens if, for example, a customer is a client in SCB, okay,
Hmm.
and he's also having a bank account in, say, for example, RBI,
Hmm.
Royal Bank of Scotland. Okay, in a SCB account, he has done a money laundering, so SCB bank identified it and they filed a SAR report.
Okay.
So, but to know where the payment is gone, from where the payment has come from, what is the source, we
Hmm.
need all his bank accounts. But
Okay.
but you only have one bank account. He has one more account with Royal Bank of Scotland or some other banks. Okay.
Hmm.
So even for suppose, even Royal Bank of Scotland also filed a SAR report on this customer. So then that gives more eligibility for the FIU, Financial Intelligence Unit, to investigate more,
Okay.
because all the accounts which this person is using are being laundered, used for money laundering. The SAR reports are filing. When we say SAR report, we are telling it is a suspicious account, suspicious activity report.
Hmm.
We are not concluding it is a money laundering happened. We don't have that right. But
Okay.
who have that right? Only FIUs. So that is the basic thing which we have. We
Hmm.
file SAR report. Maybe you draft it and you send it to your higher department or MLRO or deputy MLRO. But ultimately, all the SAR reports goes to Financial Intelligence Unit.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, and that's like some pretty basics. People in the money transaction monitoring they have to know about it.
Yes.
And the typologies also, it was like very general typologies. You have mixed up with. I think you have worked for more
I have
into.
worked for this kind of technology, what you can say, typologies. So I have mentioned the same, Durga.
Yeah, I guess I that's what I
Uh,
guess you mostly worked for some fraud
yeah,
investigation. That's
yeah.
what I feel actually. So when it comes to fraud, fraud investigation is completely different from transaction monitoring.
Monitoring.
Maybe
Yes, right.
the typology is only one or two is matching with what exactly typologies we have in money laundering. So
Yeah.
that's what I got to know. You're mostly worked on fraud investigation, and there's comes to some basic which we have FATF. FATF are the ones they give recommendations to the banks and financial institutions
Hmm.
so that they can safeguard their bank from money laundering and terrorist financing. They give recommendations. So you have might have seen for every 6 months they will give release a new list of blacklist, new list of grey list.
And you asked me blacklist and grey list cards. Can you
Yeah.
define me what is blacklist and grey list cards?
So there are some countries in FATF based on their performance, based on their country's performance, they will list them. They will do a report called mutual evaluation report. Based on that report, there are recommendations. The recommendations, for example, if all the recommendations are being followed by a country, they'll put in a white list. If they are only following some, they'll put in a gray list, asking them to improve their policies and countries' money laundering policies. But if
Okay, okay.
someone is not exactly following, they'll put in the blacklist.
It
But
is for companies.
banks and financial
Okay, okay.
institutions.
Okay, okay, fine.
So because for every 6 months there is a list of grey list and blacklist countries which will be trending everywhere. All the LinkedIn people will be sharing about it. So
Okay.
with this, I got to know that you are not even much into, you're not you don't know what is happening around. But you might have know the process, but you're not sure about what is happening around.
Right,
But
right.
exactly being in mostly not into transaction monitoring, it is more aware. You should know not the process, it is more about what is happening around. Because if you have 100 ways of controlling money laundering, there will be one not one way to that comes with a new way of laundering money.
Huh.
Unless you know what is happening around, like how the money is being laundered, so it gives you more flexibility in your work.
Right.
And when it comes to structuring and smurfing, structuring, it was not the correct answer. Structuring was related to CTR. Since you have told you are not aware about
CTR.
CTR,
Yes.
so yeah, so I just left it not straight on structuring. But since you mentioned in your CV, see whatever you are mentioning in the CV, each and every word you should be aware of it, because
Okay.
CV is the acknowledgement that states that I have spent 3 years learning this. So that is your acknowledgement. So each and everything you put on your CV, you should be aware of it.
Yeah.
Neither you worked or not worked, but you should be aware of it, because
Okay.
CV is acknowledgement that you're stating me that I worked this years. And some basic concepts like smurfing and structuring, there you have to work on it, and blacklist and grey list. I have not gone much deep into it, and yeah, that is the basic feedback, because fundamentals you have to know research more, because if
And
you're
one
like
more thing, Durga.